everyone, welcome to the second video of today, and I'm going to set my mind to paint with Rhodonite Genuine. So I decided I wanted to go into pink. I have loads and loads of Daniel Smith pink colors, and amongst some of my absolute favorite ones, they're just gorgeous. But there is something about Rhodonite Genuine where it has that more of a, I want to say natural look, but it's still very, very bright, but it's a little bit muted compared to the other pinks from my palette. And I really love it. By the way, let me know if you would be interested to see all of my Daniel Smith Genuine colors, because I have a few. I don't have too many, but I have actually ordered 2 more a couple of days ago. So yeah, I can now show you a few colors that I have that are genuine if you're interested. So I started by drawing this flower thinking I will kind of go with still like a tulip look, maybe a shape of the leaves, more of an open flower this time, you know, when the tulips are like the parrot ones, when they have loads and loads of overlayered petals, and then they open up so beautifully and all the leaves kind of just emerge and just gorgeous. So this is where I was going with it to begin with, but in the end it really reminded me of magnolia, but I will add something to it to kind of make it more magnolia-esque in a way. As of the leaves, I'm not wanting to change up from the previous page too much, so I'm keeping it within a similar style and going for that rounder leaf, which is totally inspired by the eucalyptus tree that I have in the garden. Anyway, so a couple of leaves right at the bottom, nice and simple, and of course a few of those beads to finish off. So the actual illustration was super quick, it felt like. And now I'm going to go into the Rhodonite Genuine. Now, usually with genuine colors, I notice that they dry up to such a point that if you squeeze them out into a pan, they kind of shrivel up. I mean, that will take quite a while for them to do that. They don't do that very, very soon or very quickly. But compared to others, like now when I look at my palette, the genuine colors are shriveled up and they can sort of fall out of the half pans, some of them anyway. Actually my Payne's Grey is also very shriveled up, but it's not a genuine color obviously. So it has something to do with the binders or the actual pigment or mineral in this case. So but what I want to say is that regardless of it drying up so much, it's actually really easy to re-wet. This Rhodonite Genuine has something, I don't know, it's just, it looks so pretty, and when you look at it, it's really dried up, it's matte looking, doesn't look that impressive in the half pan, but when you add water to it and it takes no time to reactivate it and start painting, picks up the pigment really easily, then the color is just so pretty, really, really pretty. Within the greens, I decided to stay with, I realized I forgot to add those lines. For some reason I really like to indicate that the leaves have lines, because otherwise they could be interpreted as berries or flowers or, you know, that sort of a thing. So I tend to put a line in there and to emphasize that they are leaves. And yeah, so for color I'm going for the QoR golden green or gold green, and it's a muted color, as you know by now because I used it so many times. I really, really love it. I was really tempted to start using the Daniel Smith I have a rich green gold, just to see how close it is, because on tone it seems to be very, very similar to this QoR one, but I don't know, I don't remember if it behaves in a similar way, where it can be very muddy if packed on with a thick mixture, like you can see here, very muddy, but as soon as you start mixing a bit of water or lifting it, it just becomes so luminous and beautiful. So I don't remember if the Daniel Smith does the same thing, and out of curiosity, maybe I should compare the two. But all of those ideas that I have for the new videos, they will be all for August, because as you know, this schedule with these 3 videos per day, I'm super determined to finish it, so I'm not planning to drop it unless my energy drop happens and I don't have any videos pre-recorded, but I'm trying to manage it in such a way that I always have videos for at least 2 days ahead, and all I need to do is just edit them, but you know the drill. So hopefully everything goes well and my energy levels remain or go up even. That would be great. Wishful thinking. Alright, so what I'm doing here is going back to that Schmincke gold, which I've used on the previous page, and absolutely love it. So at this point I'm starting to realize that this reminds me very much on the Japanese kimono silk embroidery. I went to Victoria and Albert Museum ages ago, back when I still was at uni, and went to their room. They had this room with the kimonos, and you could just pull out of these beautiful wooden cabinets the kimonos that were protected by a glass or like a plastic shield, and you could just pull them out and look at all these beautiful hand embroidered silk kimonos, and it really is starting to remind me, to the point where actually the next illustration will be straight up in my mind from something like kimono, but I didn't think of it that way. It just started kind of to come to realization after I painted, so that's quite interesting. And actually, not trying to tease you, but in the next illustration, the next one and the one after are, let me just check, yeah, they're like my top favorite so far, so I hope you look forward to seeing those. Yeah, so I'm keeping it nice and simple and adding a variation of mixes of that gold paint to have a bit more of the gold on the leaves and more sheared out and less pigment, more water on the petals of the magnolia. So here I'm just doing the swatches to keep everything in one place, so that next time I could be inspired by the color palette. Again, I have combined this with the Museum Aquarelles by Caran, and the colors I've used today are the same colors as previously, so they are crimson aubergine, then we have the I keep losing this pencil, here it is, burnt sienna 50%, then sepia 10%, and the one at the bottom is the green ochre. So that's it. Those are the four pencils that I used, and you can see that not the color palette is extended, but the number of items I have used. So then I was ready to kind of call it a day after I have dried it, but I will soon come to realization that something is missing a little bit. Although looking at it now, it's actually not bad at all. I could have left it like this, but for some reason I wanted to add that magnolia bit, the fuzzy bit that sticks out, and it kind of looked, from that point, once I finished it, it really did look like magnolia to me. And all I did was just a very easy kind of like a reversed U shape, and then some doodling of the lines, and then just fuzzy little bits around it, and that's it. And I just used a bit of that green ochre on top, which fits really beautifully with the QoR Green Gold. And that is it. So I hope you enjoy this one, and I'm not using too many pinks. I don't know why. I love pinks, but for some reason I have been staying away from them. But I do like this color combination here of this Rhodonite pink, which is not too bright, but it looks so beautiful next to that QoR Green Gold. So maybe I should try it a bit more in the upcoming illustrations. But that's my pink layout basically. And yeah, so now I'm going to just stamp the 18th of July and it is finished. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in 2 hours for the next one. See you then.